Welcome back to West Texas View.
Now we need to talk about how we get the names of where we send these boxes to, and that involves each one of you. And Scott, talk a little bit about that.
Well, each of these boxes has got to go to a specific person. It can't go to any airman, any Marine, any soldier, any sailor. So we need the names and the APOs, the Army Post Office, or the FPO, Fleet Post Office, of anyone in the audience that knows somebody who will be in Afghanistan this Christmas. And you know, this is a West Texas project. And some years ago people said, oh, so you just send boxes to kids from West Texas. And I said, yeah, that's right. But let me tell you how we define West Texas. And West Texas goes from Bangor, Maine to Honolulu, Hawaii, and from Anchorage, Alaska to Key West, Florida. That's West Texas. Because the men and women in the service don't ask us where we're from when they go at risk on our behalf. So we want to reach out to people who are deployed in Afghanistan, regardless of where they grew up, where they enlisted, where they went to through their training, or where they live now. If they live in the United States, that's West Texas as far as we're concerned. But we desperately need help getting these names. Right now, we have something over 300 names. We need more. And if you know somebody who's in a platoon, in a wing, in a company, in a unit of whatever size, and you can only get that one person's name, if you can find out how many people are in the platoon that person serves in, then we can send 18 boxes or 45 boxes or 200 boxes to that one specific person, and they can play Santa Claus when the boxes arrive and give them out to everybody in that outfit. So that way we reach as many people as we can. And I think all of us back here in the safety of our homes fail to recognize that there are a lot of these men and women who are in the military that don't get any mail at home, from home. And this is a way that we can take a little West Texas to them, bring a little joy to their lives, and bring a smile to their faces. And it's easy for us.
At Christmas, to be forgotten is a really sad thing.
Yeah.
And to be absolutely bereft of any kind of gift or greeting or anything.
Well,
and one of the sweetest things in this box is the letters and the Christmas cards made by the school children.
They're wonderful. And we need moms to get their children to color Christmas cards, make Christmas cards out of construction paper and Crayolas, glitter, whatever. If we put 5 cards in each of these 2,500 boxes, that means we need 12,500 cards. My granddaughter is only 4 months old, not even that old. She can't color all those cards, so we need help. And this is a way to get the children involved, and I think it's important that
for
kids
them to learn,
that they give back, and that they learn that there's somebody out there doing something for them, that someone they don't even know, and this is something they can do to help those men and women out.
And one of the interesting things is when you were on before, I had a woman call me and she said, "You mean I can give my nephew's name and address that lives in New York?" And I said, "Absolutely, that does not matter where they live." And we're asking churches to send us their list of people that are
if they have a church prayer list, send us the names from that church prayer list. Not the names only, the names and the APOs and FPOs. And I would ask that people be very careful and use the website if possible, because if they call me and give me the APO, oftentimes a B becomes a D, and the alphanumerics that go with those postal service APOs and FPOs can be difficult to get correct. It's much better if somebody types them into the computer and know exactly, specifically, and correctly what they are.
And there's a form on there where they can just,
it's
and
real
it's
simple.
Really quick and easy, and
it is
quicker than a phone call.
And that comes to me, and it comes to our ace number 1 lady who does all of the labels that goes on these boxes, that go on these boxes.
And then the other thing on that web list is, website is a list of things that people can donate for the boxes, and then a list of things that you need money to buy for the boxes. Like, for example, one of the big expensive knife, you have a deal to get it at a discount
We
rate
do.
because you buy so many, and it would be twice that much if they
It would
just
be
went down and.
significantly more, and the boar snakes are quite expensive, and we have an arrangement with Bushnell, the manufacturer. The gun oil, Remington donates that, and so there are items in these boxes that we can purchase at a much better price than the general public can, because these companies want to help.
And so that's the reason that you really, really need to go to the website and see exactly. And then you talk a little bit about the way that you could volunteer. You could actually come in and volunteer. And if you live out in Seminole or Crane or somewhere out in the far reaches of West Texas, there's still ways you can volunteer, because you can go and get other people involved in looking at the website, even if they can't drive to Midland or Odessa,
They
where
can
you're
make their own box.
Yes,
you know,
that's true.
they can look at the information on the website, and from that information, if they know somebody but they can't get to Midland, they can use our data and use our experience to put together boxes and send them themselves. You know, we're not there are thousands and thousands of people all across the country that do that. We had a group in California last year that we sent them some names because they wanted to help, but it didn't make economic sense for them to send stuff they gathered all the way to Midland. So we sent them some names, and they put boxes together and shipped them. We had a church in Red Oak, Texas that has actually gathered items and shipped them to us. So, you know, you can help out in a lot of different ways.
And let's talk a minute about the assembly site, because you started out in the corner of a little bitty warehouse, or you started out on your
office.
At your a conference table in your office, and then you moved to the corner of a little bitty warehouse, and then what happened?
Well, actually, we moved directly in from my office, in the hallway of my office, and taking up half the floor in that building. We moved into First Presbyterian Church in Midland.
Oh, okay.
And we work to pack 2,000, 2,100 boxes there, and then we'll pack 500 boxes in First Presbyterian Church in Odessa, December 11th, starting at noon. And we've got a pretty good assembly line that Mr. Ford would be proud of, because we can get packed. Odessa will pack 500 boxes in probably 2.5 hours, maybe less than that. And Midland will pack the 2,100 boxes in probably 4 hours. And that means starting with an empty box and running down the assembly line, filling with all the goodies, getting the box topped off with hard candy, because instead of putting popcorn, if there's any space at the top of the box, we'll put hard candy like you get in a Christmas stocking. The boxes are taped up, the customs labels are put on there, the priority mail label is put on there, and then they're put in a stack and off out of the way to await the postal service to come pick them up. We're pretty good at packing boxes, and our volunteers are wonderful, and we invite the public to come help pack boxes. We start at noon, so people who are working downtown and have 30 minutes can come and pack a box or two and see their friends down there and kick off Christmas with a smile.
And well, we're going to have to end this program today, and I am so sorry, but be sure and go to the website. And I'm going to ask Scott to come back next Sunday and continue this conversation, because there's still some things you need to know about Christmas for our troops. A wonderful opportunity to touch the lives of those people that are way far from home and serving us and our freedom. We'll see you next Sunday with another program about Christmas for our troops.
Thanks for joining us for News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery. This has been a public affairs presentation of KWAB TV and KWES TV.